Hi there. I have the great pleasure of this time interviewing someone else, someone that's very special to me, and I hope you have a special person just like this in your life. It's not always possible, but this person I'm talking about is, of course, my mother, who is now just recently turned 96. I will not give the date of when this occurred, but she is now 96 years old. And of course, you know that you might not know, that my mother originates from Den Haag, which is The Hague in Holland, the juris, the head of the international courts in Holland or Netherlands, The Hague. So here, the first question is, Mum, what do you think that you've done to keep you alive so long, for your longevity? What sort of things do you think have helped you stay alive this long? So what do you think?
Well, it is not up to me how long I live. It is God who decides how long I live. Yes.
Yeah, of course. So, but are there any special things that you've done, you think, like you like to eat proper food, you like to eat good food and all that sort of stuff. So, and you're pretty sort of like energetic. You try to get around a bit. And when you're in Holland as a young girl, a teenager, you used to be up your feet a lot on your bike. You were on your bike a lot. So, what do you think about that? Do you think that's helped you now?
I think it is a good exercise to have your bike. And I used to travel quite a lot of times. And a long way sometimes, But I used to love it. But it is very common in Holland, uh, people using a bike, you know. When you go there, everybody is on a bike.
Yeah. And you're still living in your own home, and it's a 4-bedroom home. You're still living in this home, the family home, and that is just amazing in itself that you're living here still.
Yes, somebody laughs about it when my
Uh,
father died, that I still live in a big place, but I got an idea that if people are coming to my place, that I don't have to go and hire one somewhere else. That is why I kept it. And I can like to go in a home, but I I don't like the idea to get
COVID.
COVID.
You don't
So
want to catch
and
COVID.
I don't like to be with people who have to watch me or do after me, help me.
So you're very strong independently. You
Yes,
even though you can't run to the front door anymore or whatever, but you're quite strong and independent and that sort of thing. And
but
what
I'm
do you think that's all about? How did that happen? What do you think happened there?
oh I don't know. Uh,
No?
I have been looking after myself, what I eat. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I've got a few illnesses, and I know that I haven't got. I don't need this. I don't need that. I need different things, and I drink. You have to drink a lot of water, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you have to drink a lot of water, and butter, sugar is no good for your stomach, and I'm trying to keep at it, be
Hmm.
obedient. Yeah,
And what do you have to say? I've asked this before a while back, but now that you're 96 and a little bit older than that, and you're actually in your 97th year, but what do you say about um, the game of chess? What do you think about the game of chess? Do you think it's a game or do you think it's a sport? Is it a game for you? Do you look at it like a game or do you look at it like a sport? And anything else you want to say about chess, go for it.
Not everybody is interested in chess,
No.
but I think it is a lovely thing to do. I have been learning chess a long time ago, but I forgot all about how to set pieces. But life is like a chess play as well, you know. And that is how I compare it, how you live.
And you like things that I didn't know that you like. You're a bit of a detective, I think. You're a bit of a detective, and you like certain, and you can do puzzles and things like that, which I find really good. And you did code crackers, a lot of word problems, like code crackers. Even though your main language was at the start Dutch, now or Nederlands, now it's English as well, and you can do a whole. I actually introduced you to Code Cracker, and then later on you were saying it's my game, and but like how do you do games like Code Cracker and that sort of thing? You do them pretty well, or how do you know what I've done? Uh, like a detective, you know what I've been up to. How do you do that? What's that? What do you
Well,
think that is?
no, well, I look from the Bible too, and learn a lot from the Bible, and what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, and that is between, but that is when you believe or an unbeliever. You know, you're different. You put your mind as a believer to an unbeliever, but they don't have to accept it. But you have to think what they are. That they, if you don't know one thing, uh, if you don't know how bad it is to steal, then you don't care for it. You know, you're an unbeliever. You do your own thing.
Oh, the unbelievers or people that believe in they can be very very good people,
I know.
and anyone can be a good person, and doesn't matter what background or what they believe in or whatever, they can all believe and do a good thing, do good things and that sort of thing, So in Holland, did you see much chess being played in Holland when you were
Yes,
younger?
we used to play it at home. You know, my brothers did play
Your
it,
brothers? Wow,
and
my
I always
uncles?
liked it. And I thought it is very clever for people who can work out how to set the pieces, you know. But I have been learning, but not long enough. I haven't done it. I haven't played it, so I can't remember very much about it.
You did surprise me though, because I was showing you a chess video, and not that I thought you had any interest in it, and you've even watched the Russian great player that I like watching, Chess. I can't remember his name at the moment, but I've mentioned him on this channel. But you have said to me, "Oh, the knight can go." The horse or the knight can go there. And I went, what? That? That's Sakier? That are you saying? You don't know how to play chess, do you, Mum?
I know a little bit about how to place them, how to place a horse, and how to place. Uh,
Is that because you watched me when I was younger?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
That is what I learned.
You might have watched some games
I
and
had learned how
worked
to
it out.
put it, but I didn't know how to fight with the other ones. But I always admire people when they play chess well. I always,
And so enough about chess. What do you think you've mentioned about your faith, but what do you think have been your really fun things? What have been the things that you most enjoy in your life other than your faith?
singing.
Singing?
I
Yeah.
used to go to a choir, and I used to sing all by myself in the church.
You've got a very
Some
good
things,
voice.
and but and I know that I like my voice, and I have been reading books about it. So I know a little bit about how other people sing, but I don't want to judge them. But in my mind, I judge them.
Yeah. And what else? What other things really you've enjoyed?
Playing outside with the children.
Yeah?
Uh,
Good. Lovely.
that's all we did. We played with the neighbors.
You used to go to the beach a lot, didn't we? We used to go to the beach a lot a long time ago.
Yes,
And
I
what about
went there.
drives? Mum and I went for a drive the other day, and I specifically thought, I'm going to take her to this place. It's near this place here, which you see as the main screen picture, which is Karatani, north of Dunedin, inland, towards the coast. And I took Mum somewhere, which is Shag Point. And I only wanted to take her after her birthday, later on after her birthday. I only wanted to take Mum to this place, and I wanted to see whether or not she had any comments. And as soon as we got round the corner and we were coming down the motorway or the highway number one, as soon as we came round the corner, here was my mother saying, no joke, I'm not making this up. I've told my family members this. As soon as I came around the corner, which is like 60, 70 kilometres away from here, my mother leaped out, and she didn't leap out of the car. She leaped out and said, wow, look at that lovely view. That is beautiful. And that was the only time she did that in the whole trip. And the weather was nice. The weather was okay. But there you go. And that happened, didn't it? We went for a nice drive on that
I
Sunday.
think this everywhere. It is
New Zealand.
beautiful. I always where we go to. I always love the sceneries. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And you go often with a friend of yours, and she takes you out and about, doesn't she? Always to the peninsula, a lot of times. And you get and I've heard you a little bit naughty. I've said this on my channel, this chess channel. I've said that my mother was sitting there with a friend from church, and she said, "You know what?" And you can confirm this whether it's true or not. You know what? The doctor does not know that I've been eating biscuits. I've passed the test. And so, anyway, that happened about a year ago. You said the doctor doesn't know I've got away with eating biscuits. But I think to myself, eat biscuits, eat ice cream, eat everything you want. At your age, I'd say, and probably the doctor too, the doctor that you see, but we won't say his name. But what else, Mum? What other things do you really like?
I like to do gardening. I
Yeah,
love gardening,
yeah,
and I love to watch the birds and so on, and the sky and how they are made, and how everything is made so beautiful. That is all.
you like David Attenborough, don't you? You really like David Attenborough programs. They're good. Okay, so do you want to say anything your own without me prompting? Do you want to say anything to the chess players out there about, you can say now goodbye to them, but you can say whatever you like. So what do you want to say? And I'm not going to talk anymore, believe it or not.
Well, I'm happy that I have been alive for so long. I'm very happy that I came to New Zealand, and I I see the difference between Holland and New Zealand, and I wish that everybody in Holland would come over. It would be good for the would be good for the people who want visitors to New Zealand, but it's up to them. I'm not like my children, not everybody, not everybody, but I I am satisfied with myself that I don't want to talk about my children to my other children, because it's not fair. Everybody is different, and we shouldn't. We only have to look at ourselves to what we are doing, and don't judge other people, if it are your children or your neighbors or anybody else. And I love my children from Australia to come here. When they were living here, I looked after the small children when the mother was away to work. But they went on their own to Australia. I didn't expect it, so I'm a bit feeling lonely. But when they come over, and I do realize that you don't follow your children when they go overseas, because if you go over with them, you know, and live somewhere else in Australia near them, but they might like to live somewhere else, and then you're still alone. As I have learned to leave it over to the children, let them live their own life. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mum, for sharing some of your memories. We haven't spoken about when things happened in Holland and in Europe, but we're not going to talk about that because that's another time. Thank you very much, and so you can say goodbye, Mum.
I have been in Holland in the wartime, so I know a little bit about the difference, and it can happen to us too. And I look at Queen Elizabeth. She's a lovely person, and she is 2 months older than I am. So we know, yeah, I like to look at her, how, how she likes, how she lives and how she likes it.
But you're glad you're not born in her bassinet, aren't you?
I'm glad that I wasn't put in the bassinet from the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you very much, Mum.
Okay.
And
Okay.
bye-bye.
Bye.